Oh, welcome. Come on in. Sit. So you must be here for the aura realignment and colour massage, is that correct? And are these your details? Very good. Have you ever had an aura realignment before? A colour massage before? Well, let me take you through exactly what happens through each step. It's very simple, very relaxing procedure. So firstly, we examine your aura, a spectral analysis of it, to see what it looks like. Different auras for different people. There tends to be a level of inconsistency around that gives us a feel for where might need a realignment. And then the colour massage is more of the realignment in itself, actually. There will be a certain element of exposing you to different colours. But we will create visual hues for you and go through different colour-based scenarios. Colours, of course, are very linked to the physical world. They're linked to emotions. Everything is colour when you think about it. We walk through our lives seeing colours, and yet such little research has ever been done into it, which is very curious. Fortunately, there are different methods of looking into such things. I think you have a very interesting hue to you. I'm just going to examine you briefly while I talk about the next steps. So, as I say, we'll take you through different scenarios, relaxing scenarios, based off different colours. And we'll also change the colours across the room. For example, red. Back. Could you close your eyes, please, just for a few seconds? Okay, good, you can open them again. You have a very green aura. That's good. It's suggests you have a very strong connection to nature. Not that there is much nature nowadays. Do you visit parks very often? Which parks? Have you ever been to the rooftop gardens in the high wharf? Oh, it's most wonderful. Very exciting. All artificial plants, of course, as you'd expect, but it is free to attend. And they have a little circular, almost Colosseum-like place. It could fit no more than 30 people, but sometimes they do performances of Shakespeare. There are some inconsistencies with your aura. Now we do expect certain amounts of inconsistency. It's what makes human beings unique. But there are good inconsistencies and bad inconsistencies. So I'm glad you came to us. Well, this is just a mist, a cleansing mist. Overall, the health of your aura is in great shape. I suppose it is, isn't it? Quite a relaxing sound. So I recommend a little cleansing. Some very light color augmentation. And then some actual color massage. Yes. So, if you can just follow the light, please. Just 2 seconds while I prepare it. Just let it relax you. Let it wash over you. Just tell me if any particular color appeals to you or jumps out. Just going to augment the air now. Let me just program it. Dust. A dusty smell. Can you smell that? Good. Red. Let's start with red. Just listen to the sound of my voice. Keep your eyes open. just listen to the sound of my voice and try to relax. You're in a garden. The trees are red. The leaves are red. All the flowers are red. The sky has a scarlet hue. It's strange because it's colourful and yet not colourful at the same time. Its monotone nature somehow bleaches out the colour. You see a readout on the helmet you're wearing. It's one of the many buzzing HUD elements that you have. It tells you that the oxygen aura that you've planted on this strange planet has brought the oxygen levels to an acceptable level for your species. You take your helmet off. Everything is a mass of colour again. The red visor you were wearing to protect your eyes is no longer required. Part of the terraforming is now already complete. The insects are rainbow in colour, flying by you. Beautiful, beautiful butterflies and the like. The trees are dark blue and bright yellow. Emeralds, diamonds, sapphires, the plants, all of beautiful crystalline style colours. But nothing is red. Nothing is red. All those different shades of everything else appear, but not red. You decide it's too much for you, just now. So you put your helmet back on, and you look at things through your red visor. Red. Quick examination to decide what we do next. I think perhaps yes, yellow. Yeah. You're on one of the off-world colonies. You stand in front of a mass of green moss covering the ground. The sun has started to rise. It's the brightest yellow. Turns all the moss yellow. It's almost as if the moss changes colour itself in reaction to the rising sun, not just a coloration of the sun itself. Far off in the distance you can see fields. Fields of yellow corn. It is harvest season. It's not the largest of colonies. Maybe a few thousand people. It's one of those agrarian colonies, however, very agricultural in nature. You're trying to return back to what once was. You can see the people going back and forth from their basic machines to the circular housing units and storage units that are within the center of the town. They're harvesting all the materials, but there will be a festival today, which is wonderful. You have time just about to get ready. You decide that first you're going to take a walk down past the main edges and rocks of the cliff face which we near, to look at a waterfall. Beautiful yellow waterfall. Again, you're not sure if that's its true colour or if it's just the hue that the sun is giving. But you can see spots of yellow inside the water even when the sun is setting. So perhaps it is its true colour. You decide to wander back to the facilities after half an hour or so of just sitting and relaxing. The great hall is filled with lots and lots of different foods that have been harvested. And in the center, there's a huge pyramid of golden bread. Yellow. What shall we do next? Perhaps another cleanse. I'm going to bring a different scent in now as well. Pine. Your aura is looking almost perfectly realigned. One or two tiny, tiny little problems. Very good. You're walking abroad in the city. It's nighttime. It's warm, but not too warm, especially given it's summer, and especially given you're in the scrub markets, which is often stiflingly hot. You can feel the glow of blue neon or whatever colour gas is required for blue, and it's washing over you. Somehow it's cooling. There's a lot of sound in the scrub markets. Loud vendors' carts selling food. The sound of welding of robots, fixing broken parts, sending scatters of fireflies of burning metal into the sky. The scrub markets are not a quiet place to go. And yet, the blue light that washes over you makes you feel alone. Makes you feel like you're underwater, and all the sounds become muffled, almost to just a gentle murmur is all you hear. No drilling sounds, no shouts. They're all close to silent. you're going to head to the plug deck today for some virtual entertainment. Perhaps today you will sail on a ship. Or, even better, a submarine under the sea. Blue? What should we do next? Green. Quite clearly green. The old hometown looks the same as you step down from the train. And here too. Oh no, that's something different. Let me try to start again. Do you know what a canal boat is? No, I'm not surprised. They haven't existed for over a century now. A canal boat, well, we start with what a canal is. A canal was a trade route that ran through certain types of countries. England, Holland, Germany, Nordic countries. All those countries that became a conglomerate long ago. And they carried ships. But not the ships that you and I know. Smaller ships. Thin ships. Or perhaps a meter or two wide. Very narrow. In fact, they call them narrowboats. For that reason, the canals were built very narrow, because it was an inexpensive way of transporting heavy goods. These canals often had a beautiful green, clean water to them. Not like the green water we have now. Very clean water. Not drinkable, but swimmable, for sure. And people would live their lives on these canals. And they would travel perhaps 100 miles from one destination to another. But the consistent thing about the canals was, and imagine yourself there now, trees lining the entire sides, both sides of the journey. Long, draping trees. I think they were called weeping willows. Not sure why, perhaps the bowing and the length of it. But yes, weeping willows. And every movement that you make throughout is covered in this green hue. It's a most remarkable experience. The sun comes through the trees and sets a beautiful green reflection onto the side of your brightly green painted narrow boat. An effigy of green. The old long gone canal boats. One more quick cleanse. And a quick examination. What colour next? I think purple. I think purple is my favourite aura of all the auras. At least my favourite part of any realignment and colour massage. You're in a cave. amethyst lines the walls. Have you ever seen jagged amethyst crystals before? Good. You're on a road within this cave. It's a large cave. At least 5 meters in height and 5 meters wide. And this road is lined with old-fashioned Victorian lamps. The lamps throw purple colour across everything. And this purple colour bounces against the crystals, reflects, and just accentuates that entire theme across the cave. There is a river. You can hear it, and then you can see it. The river goes by the road, both very winding, to an exit far in the distance. It's a silver river, but it has flecks of purple because of the lighting. Perhaps it's a different colour to silver. It's just the purple changing it again with the mixes that you can have. But you're not sure that really matters. You see, on an old-fashioned boat, a hooded figure overtaking you in a certain direction, the direction opposite of which you're heading. And they stop, and they ask you if you would like a lift to your final destination. You don't know why, and they're heading in the complete wrong direction. But you decide to take them up on your offer. But you decide to take them up on their offer. And you slowly float down the river as tiredness creeps up upon you. I think perhaps that is enough. No, we need silver. Silver. Silver is the colour of the future. Sleek colour. Corporate colour. So perhaps now you're in a wide, large atrium of a corporate office. Not sure what they do there. It could be anything you imagine. You're waiting for the steel doors of the elevator to open, so they can take you to your destination. You hear a high-pitched ding, and once the doors open, you go inside. Quickly now, suddenly, it flies you to the top, to the 35th floor. You get out of the elevator. It is nothing but an expanse. It must be thousands of meters across. Not infinite, but almost feels that way. There are windows, ceiling to floor throughout. But there's nobody there. There's only one desk. You know it must be yours. A metallic grey desk with a leather Chesterfield chair pulled up to it. You walk across to the windows. It takes quite some time to get there, and when you look out, you can see nothing but silver mist. You're so high up, you're in the clouds. It feels like you're in an empty void, surrounded by clouds. You decide to return to the center and sit at your desk. Silver. One last one, I think. Orange. You're at a spa. Old-fashioned spa. It has wooden floors that are heated. It has large wooden arches which lead to an almost labyrinthian style set of experiences. Right now you're just walking on that warm floor. The nice, soft, orange wood underneath your feet. You don't care where you're going. You know you want to experience all the different types of experience. Water and steam. So you turn left. And then right. And there's a great door in front of you. A great glass door. You can see through the glass. There's orange rocks. Crystalline style rocks that line the entire square room. You decide to enter. You go inside and you sit on one of the benches. Place your hand against the orange stone. It's salty in nature and it's emitting a strange heat. Not hot, but not cold. It's like as if someone took an orange sun and allowed its rays to shine upon you, but not the heat, just the rays. You feel instantly better. You feel relaxed and at peace with the world. And I believe your aura is now perfectly aligned. How do you feel? Good. You can rest and lounge for a little bit if you wish. Yes. Take care of yourself and just relax. Just let yourself adjust to this new period of balancedness. Of course, it would be wonderful to see you again. I don't recommend aura realignments more often than every few months. But yes, of course. It was very nice meeting you.